What a night in Philadelphia. Chelsea, under the sweltering heat and heavy rotation, pulled off a 3-0 victory over Esperance that wasn't just routine, it was revealing. You felt it. A slow start that risked exposing rust and tactical gamble. But once the game flipped, it became a blueprint for how Maresca's Chelsea might evolve. The first half? Let's be honest, it dragged. The tempo was flat, transitions were lazy, and there was a sense of wait and see about Chelsea's approach. But then, as if someone flipped a switch, Enzo Fernandez took command. 2 stoppage time assists, one perfectly weighted to Tosin Adebayo. The next, a delicate lift into the path of Delap, transformed a cautious performance into a commanding one. From that moment on, Esperance were playing catch-up, and now the focus turns to the individuals, because that's where this match truly comes alive. Delap, what a debut. Signed for £30 million from Ipswich and carrying the weight of expectation, he didn't shy away. That goal, collected, timed, and slotted, was a number 9's goal. He made those runs, held his line, shielded the ball when needed, and showed more maturity than anyone anticipated. Sure, there's work to do. His aerial game isn't dominant yet, and there were moments his touch ran heavy. But what a first showing. With Jackson out, he's just given Maresca a serious option. Enzo Fernandez. There's no one else like him in this Chelsea squad. This wasn't just a man-of-the-match performance. It was a game dictated from midfield. His passes weren't just clever, they were decisive. He picked moments to accelerate play, dropped deep when necessary, and in both assists, one to a center back, the other to a striker, he read the entire pitch like conductor in full control of the orchestra. Enzo doesn't just link play, he defines tempo. That's £100 million, showing why he was bought. His stock isn't just rising, it's soaring. Tosin Adebayo. You give this guy one clean look at a set piece, and he punishes you. But it wasn't just a goal. His defensive work was composed, aerial dominant and calm under pressure. He may not be the flashiest, but he reads the game well, times his clearances perfectly, and his presence in the back line is growing. No more fringe player talk. Keep this up, and he's a rotation starter, maybe more. Noni Madueke, electrifying in bursts. Every time he touched the ball in the first half, defenders backed off. His movement was sharp, his dribbles purposeful, and he nearly grabbed a goal with a curling effort just wide. But the issue remains, the end product. It's still inconsistent. There were at least 2 moments where he could have made it 3-0 earlier, and that sharpness, that instinct in front of goal, is what separates flair from finishing. The tools are all there. He just needs to become lethal. Christopher Nkunku. This was supposed to be his redemption arc. First start since April. And yes, he looked fired up, drew a soft penalty that got overturned, clipped the top of the bar with a strong strike. But his touches were heavy, and he seemed half a step behind Chelsea's midfield rhythm. He's not at full sharpness, and Maresca's system demands movement and timing. Right now, he's lagging. It's not time to panic. But Nkunku has to show more. Fast. Tyrique George, 17 years old, steps onto the pitch in stoppage time and buries a composed, long-range goal. That's poise. That's confidence. And that's what makes Chelsea's academy so dangerous. Because they don't just bring talent, they bring belief. He might not see regular minutes just yet, but he's announced himself. And he's watching every minute like a hawk. Josh Achimpong deserves a mention. Solid at right back, clever in duels, drew fouls at crucial moments. Andre Santos looked confident in flashes. Mark Guiu brought energy, though his decision-making still needs polish. Lavia, though flat, slow to press, hesitant on the ball. After months of recovery, he needs urgency. That engine has to roar soon, or he risks falling behind. Tactically, Maresca gambled. Rotated side, with young blood and returning stars. The 4-2-3-1 looked disconnected early, but once Enzo imposed control, it locked in. Delap and George proved that clinical edge doesn't always come from marquee names. The biggest flaw? That sluggish first half. Against Benfica, it won't be forgiven. The tempo must come from the first whistle. There's a fine balance Maresca must strike now. Rotate, yes, but without losing identity. The second half showed control, maturity, and tactical patience. But the first half reminded us that Chelsea can still drift when no one sees his initiative. In terms of value, Enzo's worth just went up. Delap's debut goal paid instant dividends. Madueke and Tosin made their cases. Their stock rising. Nkunku and Lavia, they're at a fork in the road. Adapt or fade. And that's where we land. Chelsea didn't just win, they learned. They saw what clicked, what dragged, and what needs refining. This wasn't a perfect performance, but it was layered. And in this layer, we saw a glimpse of something growing. The real test? Benfica. But tonight felt like more than friendly. It felt like foundation work for a squad beginning to believe. Let's keep the conversation going. Who impressed you most? Did Delap stake a claim? Should Nkunku be trusted to start against Benfica? Drop your thoughts. Smash that like button if you felt the rhythm shift. And make sure to subscribe if you're all about deep, passionate football breakdowns. This is a journey, and we're just getting started. Up the Blues Blue Art.